going down to Southern California this hour to talk to a man who has spent literally half a century exploring, unearthing, discovering, revealing, exposing not only the symbolism of the world elite, but actually how they run things. Jordan Maxwell is someone who has done so much to help us understand the occult. And the correct word, the correct definition of occult, doesn't necessarily mean satanic or anything else. It means secret, occult, hidden, not visible, invisible. That's what occult really means. And it is an occult world. So with that, let's see if Jordan is standing by and ready to go.
I am.
How are you?
Just fine, Jeff. Good to be with you again.
Well, thank you. It's been a long time since we've known each other, and we've seen it coming. You called it.
Yep.
I didn't have your ability, half a century ago to see it, but it didn't take me long, and everything you've said has come to pass.
Well, and believe me, like I always say, I'm not the world's foremost authority on anything. I was just fortunate to be in the right place at the right time to hear the right people, and got me started in a very strange pattern of viewing symbols and words and terms, and I just continued to, like a snowball. The more I looked, the more I found, and the deeper I went, the deeper it got.
Yeah. What you've seen, Jordan, though, and what you've been able to present in such an accessible fashion is the big picture. It's what's going on. And they don't hide it anymore. This whole Rothschild Olympics in London, these Olympic Games they're obscenely in your face. They're rubbing our faces in it. I mean, it actually, the logo says Zion right on it. It's right there.
Right on
Zion.
Yeah.
I've just put that up at rents.com, and if you folks get a chance, go over there and take a quick look. You'll laugh. This to give you an idea of the arrogance and just the elite don't just laugh at us anymore. All right? They mock us. We are absolutely nothing to them. Human life to the elite means nothing. It is just a tool. It is simply a mechanism by way of enriching themselves even more. It's the top story in headlines. The 2012 Olympic logo spells Zion. It's right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And like you said, they don't care. They just put it out there. And there's something very, very big been going on for many, many, centuries. And this kind of stuff has been around for a long time. It's just that it's now seems to be coming to a head now, where people are beginning to awaken to the fact that nothing is happening by chance. And this whole thing that's being orchestrated, our human life on the earth is being manipulated, orchestrated for a long time, not just in the 20th century. It goes back a long time ago. The very foundations for our commercial systems and religious systems and political ideas and ideologies all can be traced back into the ancient world. And so there is something to this idea that secret societies and fraternal orders in the ancient East and in the Middle East, and then ultimately into Greece and Rome, and finally into today, have been, behind the scenes, building and constructing a whole fabric of human society, and the people being born into it. The problem is, young people being born into this world, they have no idea in the world where the earth came from, where the world came from, where the powers that be came from. They have no background and experience.
And I want to submit that they have actually no room to store such information and no desire to do so, even if they did have the ability to access and put it away and synthesize it. They don't give a damn. Our younger people now there are younger people listening tonight who are brilliant. And all of you folks know that I always include you with those who understand. We're not talking about you when we generalize about the sheep. So you guys and you gals out there who are listening, who are young, you're the future. You're the only hope we have. And don't ever steer away from the course you're on, and that course must lead you forever in the direction of the word truth has become so corrupted now, unfortunately, but it should lead you in the direction of reality. That's what counts.
That's right. That's right. And that's the problem, is that so many people, when they're born into this world, they just accept it, the whole concept of human life. When you're born into this world, you come in and you just, blend right in with the life that's already here. And it never occurred to you at a very early age to question, where did you come from? Why are you here? What's going on here? I mean, what is this thing called life? I mean, you weren't here 100 years ago. Now you are. Where did you come from? And then when you finally grow up and realize how corrupt the human race can be, well, my God, that's the world you were born into. And so by the time you came in, there's been 6,000 to 10,000 years of corruption and violence and mayhem going on behind the scenes politically and religiously.
Right.
And then you come into the world and you have no idea in the world about where all of this stuff comes from. So
it has been.
It's so important.
It's crucial. It has been refined to such an extent that it is almost beyond a science now. It is an exact mechanism of control. They can shape, mold, sculpture, form, and literally create any reality they want. You know who they are.
Yeah, of course.
Anytime they want. And it is a fact that there is a virtual Earth in supercomputing cyberspace in which these various scenarios are actually plugged in and run to see how they're going to play out in our real 3D world, if it is real anymore. They know.
Exactly right.
It's not plus or minus 5 or 10. It's plus or minus 1 or 2 at the most. They know.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was talking to a technician that works in the industry of computers and high-tech stuff, and it was just amazing that he was talking about the fact that the human body gives off frequencies, and they've been able now to perfect equipment that can read electrical frequencies coming off the brain from outside, from a distance.
Yes.
And so they can fly over. They can fly over a town, or maybe even doing it from satellite, and they can fine-tune their computer equipment to pick up the general feeling that's going on, any time of the day or night,
right,
in the population by the electrical frequency being given off of humans.
And they can change it if they don't like it. They can fly over and broadcast and override and essentially rewire, reprogram, recommand, and reconfigure the general consensus of consciousness to lean it in various directions of submission. It's
incredible.
It is.
What a technology, and what kind of people develop this kind of technology? What in the world is? Who are these people who are developing this, and where are they getting the ideas? And the thing that amazes me more than anything, Jeff, are the people, generally speaking, just the good people, don't care. They don't know what you're talking about. They don't really care one way or the other. I mean, they look at the chemtrails in the sky and scratch their head and tell you that those are jet trails. And I'm just amazed at the profound stupidity of adults who look at chemtrails and think they're contrails, and go to banks and think banks loan you money, and insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting something different. When every 4 years people go and elect a new leader and never realizing it's all one company, it's all one operation. It's called business. Hell, at least the mafia tells you that. They're not going to kill you because they don't like you. It's just business. And so that's the way our country works. It's a business. And you've got to have 2 feet to walk. You've got to have 2 arms to work, 2 eyes to see. And so you have to have, the eagle, like I've said before, the eagle on the dollar bill. The eagle has 2 wings, left wing and right wing. But you can't fly with 1 wing. You need both wings.
Right.
So you need both left wing and right wing, and then you need the brain in between to make the thing work. And so the bottom line is, after looking at it for 50 years, it becomes obvious the whole world that we live in is a business. And that goes back to, 30 years to the movie Network, where Ned Beatty, as the network head, was telling the network announcer.
Peter Finch. Peter Finch.
Yeah, Peter Finch, right. But that was an incredible scene where Ned Beatty is the head of the network, instructing the nightly newscaster, Peter
Fascinating.
Finch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said the whole world is a business, period. It's a business. And like any other business, you're going to have corporate takeovers. We're talking money, buying people, buying and selling humans, buying and selling products. The whole world is a business. And it goes all the way back to the old Phoenician, Canaanite system of commerce in the ancient Middle East. I mean, that's where we get our word bank. Bank was a Latin word for a bench. That's what a bench is in Latin is bank, and because the ancient peoples in the ancient Middle East would sit on the ground as they do even today in Egypt. They'll sit on the floor and the ground, and as you walk by, they have their products, whatever it is they're selling, on a bench, and so you stoop down to buy something, and they make the deal, and the money is changing on the bench. And so that the word, as I said, bench in Latin is a bank. That's why judges rule from the bench. You don't show up, he issues a bench warrant, meaning the bank wants you. They own you, and you didn't show up, and they're depending on your body because your body is a security on the New York Stock Exchange. Your body is being bought and sold on the stock exchange.
Constantly.
You didn't show up for court.
Yeah, right.
Know?
Yeah.
Incredible.
It really is. What's even more incredible is the mechanism itself, the structured machine, this engine of control that they have put together. Now, people think of Google, wow, it's the biggest search engine. Google is so far more than just the biggest search engine. We could talk about it for hours. It is probably the most visible tentacle of control that I've ever seen outside of the actual banking industry, which everyone uses to put their money in. Google has become so dominant now and is into so many things, it just boggles the mind. Keep in mind that Larry Page and Sergey Brin's wives are scientists, especially Sergey Brin's wife. These are DNA specialists. She's after the DNA of the world. These people are into such black, dark things now with respect to your DNA. They want it's all about, Google is all about total possession, total ownership, and total control, not of your physical assets and property and processes, but your mental activities as well. Google will, in time, be the most dominant engine of control that is visible on the planet, probably more visible than even the bankster industry now, because it's everywhere. People use Google constantly, and that's something that has yet to be spoken about adequately either, in my view.
I agree with you, and I got another one for you. Yahoo. Yahoo is simply, if you go to any good etymology dictionary, you'll find that Yahoo is just another spelling of Yahweh. Yahweh is the Hebrew God, Jehovah, Yahweh. Another way of spelling Yahweh is Yahoo. That's
Jordan, you're a conspiracy nut. It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, and so I'm looking at the dictionary, and it says Yahweh, the Hebrew God.
Isn't that amazing?
Another spelling is Yahweh. Yahweh is another spelling. It says Yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Yahoo.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there something going on here that we haven't been told?
Wow. And, everything going on here that we haven't been told. Nothing is left to chance.